Hey, Sully, come on. Hey, Sully, gotta bring it home now. Come on now. Hey, Sully, Razorback.
Come on now, everybody, welcome in to the Mainline Sports Bar as we are joined by the one and only Houston Nutt. Has made his way to Hot Springs. Absolutely love it here at Coach Nutt. I can't tell you how grateful and thankful we are to have Hugh right here at Oakland. And I want to let everybody know if they got questions, all they have to do is hop into the chat. We're going to answer them. People here, if you got questions, hop on the chat on your phone. We're going to be answering questions. And we also give away some swag too tonight, Coach.
Okay.
All right, so after we wrap up with you, we're going to play a little trivia night. I usually let the guests go, but the trivia is about you, all right? So I'm going to have you do it with me. So what do? We have giveaways. We're going to give away $100.
What?
We're going to give away $50.
Huh?
We're going to give $30. We got free 4th and 5 merch. And check these out, Coach. We got a special autographed pair of these Nike shoes right here for everybody. That'll be signed by myself and Coach Nutt. They both got Woo Pig on them.
That's awesome.
Come on, talk to me now, right?
Awesome.
We take care of those. Coach Nutt,
Real gifts.
how you been, man?
I've been great.
Yeah.
Been great. So good to see you. And, there's nothing like it. I see everybody getting ready for this football season. We always loved August.
Yeah.
August was just eat, sleep football. And it reminds me when Danny recruited you.
Uh-oh. Go.
And I tell you, it starts right here, but it starts right over there because Danny said, wait till you meet his mother.
Yeah.
And when I got in that living room, Mom, I need you to stand up, please.
Uh-oh. Come on, Mom.
I need you to stand up, please.
There it is.
Yes, please stand up. The mothers, when Danny was so right because he said, wait till you meet his mother, and you see why you have this in the family because of the way she raised him. And it's about character, it's about integrity, it's about work ethic and attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
And that's what we love. And also tonight, the Morgans are here. I had the privilege to coach Tyler Morgan. The Morgans, would y'all please stand up? They're from Hot Springs as well.
In the back.
Yeah, right there in the back. Appreciate them coming. And we had a lot of great times together because these are the best days of your life.
So, man, Coach, don't get me started with that. All right, that's my side. That's my motto nowadays. Best days of your life, man. It don't matter what day it is. It's always great. This is really cool for me to have things come full circle. I remember that day you was walking down the hallway at CAC and you just kind of gave me a look. You didn't have to say a word. I was like, I'm a Razorback. Yeah, you ain't got to say nothing else. Loved your brother Danny, your whole family. Speaking of your family, Grandpa, how many you got now?
I got 3 grandsons. I see what all the fuss is about now. A 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-month-old.
Yeah.
And man, there's nothing like it. So many times people said, where'd you get grandkids? I said, okay. And they show you pictures. But when they hand you your own, it's a whole different level, man.
Yeah.
So I love it. They live in Rogers, Arkansas.
Okay.
So we spent a lot of time in Rogers, Arkansas.
Yeah, Rogers, Arkansas. Everybody's trying to ask me, where's Coach Nutt all the time? I said, mind your business, all right? He is where he is, all right? So this is what we got on tap for everybody here today. Everybody know what's going on. So to catch, you've been watching, you saw Matt Harris last week. First of all, how special was that? Matt and what they've gone through, how the resilience and very sad situation, but to see Matt be there for Katie, how strong Katie is, that was awesome, Coach.
It was awesome. Matt Harris was a player for me, and then we found out his wife had cancer. And what's ironic is my brother, Dickie, moved in with Diana and I for 13 months, and he had sarcoma cancer. And so we understood what they're going through, and it's a real battle. It's a fight when you go through chemo. And I tell you, that support system is so important during that time because you lose your hair, you don't feel good. That chemo is it's really tough, very tough. And so, man, it takes a great support system. And so, boy, luckily, he came out, he got to ring the bell as well. So if you ring that bell, you've done something. And, speaking of family, I got a brother here. Only one of my brothers that, we all want to go to the NFL, NBA. He's the only one. But make it the NBA. Dennis is here. He's the head coach at Washington Baptist.
Nice. There you go, Dennis.
Dennis.
There he is.
And he married a beautiful cheerleader from TCU Horned Frogs, Vicky. She's a retired school teacher. She's here tonight.
Yeah.
And Levin, his assistant, is here tonight from Washington representing those Tigers. And then he's got his golf buddies here.
Yeah.
Got his golf buddies here from Hot Springs. And so we're all glad they're here, and I appreciate them coming.
So this is what we got for y'all. So, Coach, you know what I do. I like to watch the tape. All right. Sometimes people are just like, dang, DJ, we thought you were a Razorback fan, you know. But I said sometimes it's hard to watch tape.
Yeah.
And we just are open, we're honest. In my opinion, that's the only way to grow is to focus on the things that you need to grow on. And so that's why I've watched tape. But the thing about it, when I was watching tape, trying to pull up what to talk about tonight, I couldn't find anything bad. All right, yeah. I really could have. Just because I was going down memory lane, I was actually asking one of my coworkers today, Pat Walker, who's here. I was like, Pat, what are some of your favorite Razorback memories? Yeah, I gave him about 2 minutes. He sent me a list of about 50 different things we could go through tonight. And that was the case with so many people. So, what we just saw, Coach, of that speech, and that speech, every time somebody listens to it, usually the same thing pops up. It's like, Coach Nutt could have me run through a brick wall. That was your first one out the gate, getting ready for good old Alabama in Fayetteville. Do you practice stuff like that, or did that just come to you?
Yeah, that really just comes to you. You know, it's just what's so ironic about that one. That was the first one in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And right when I started talking, they started calling the hogs behind me. And you talked about those goosebumps.
Yep.
Well, we grew up. My brothers and I grew up going to Little Rock games, and so we learned how to call the hogs by the age of 4 and 5 years of age.
Nice.
And they started calling the hogs, and I said, "Do you hear that?" And so that came with all that emotion. And the one thing about I love that's what I miss so much. I hadn't had a team in 15 years.
Yeah.
You miss relationships. You miss the camaraderie of getting them ready to go compete.
Absolutely.
And so that was off the cuff. To me, you don't practice that. It just comes from the heart.
Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of those clips. So after that happened, Coach Nutt's team came out and absolutely put Alabama in a state of shock going into halftime. And that's where we're going to pick up right here with this film. So let's go ahead and go through some of the tape. Let me go and bring this up. Once again, this is going to be right before halftime. Coach on the sideline trying to figure out, man, what's going on in Fayetteville? They're different here. All right. Yeah. So you see, they're looking at the thing. They're heading into the locker room. Take a look. You got your guys on. That's Jodine Davenport, believe, on the sideline. Everybody's heading in. Alabama 6, Arkansas 14. What are you telling them in the halftime right now?
Well, I had nightmares all week, because Alabama, I have this awesome respect for. I think about Bear Bryant. I think about all these great teams. And for SEC football, we're just making really that transition, especially as a head coach coming in from Boise State.
Yeah.
And all these plays. This young guy, is he ready? Is he truly ready? And so you're playing Alabama. And so they had Sean Alexander. And I was really concerned about a tailback like his caliber, over 235 pounds, that could fly.
Yeah.
And he could run over you. So I love how hard we was playing. So I said, hey, guys, let's don't look at the scoreboard.
Yep.
Let's keep playing. We got a whole nother game, the whole second half. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing hard. Protect the most important thing, and tackle the back. You got to hit tackle.
Yeah, you got to tackle the back. I'll tell you exactly how well y'all tackled that back on that day here in a little bit. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. So coming out of halftime, it's just, once again, you got Sterner over here making plays happen, catching it across the middle. I mean, I know you could probably go play by play on this, but you get in a situation like this, Coach. You got your receiver in open space. Alabama's supposed to be all big and physical in the secondary, and you see when I play right here, it looks like he don't want any piece of it right now, And you always taught us that is, don't let that name beat you. All right, it's about looking them in the face and letting them know I'm here, and I'll see you in 25 seconds.
Yes.
Why was that so important to push with all your players?
If you start looking at Alabama and you hear those names, LSU, Florida, it can make you sick, to your stomach. If you look at it like these, the giants, and they are giants, but I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us. And so I wanted to get the ball. The previous year, before we got there, they led the league in sacks. So we wanted Clint to get rid of the ball. We wanted to have a clean pocket. So we wanted to protect. And so that means sometimes we kept a few more people, maybe the backs chipping, but we wanted to get our guys, as you mentioned, in space. And we got Anthony Lucas, Emmanuel Smith, Michael Snowden. You had guys like that, Michael Williams, that could really, once they catch it, they could make the first guy miss.
Yep.
And so this is what you see right here, and that's great ball protection. And there's nothing like seeing your receiver going down the field making people miss.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and keep it rolling right here. Making things miss, being a big time playmaker. You see another one right here. Clint sees it from the snap that it's going to be open, gets the ball across the middle of the field. Now y'all are starting to run it up on this team. All right, so you get in a situation now, the team's starting to feel a little swagger. And then you talked about this guy. The 2 games before this, Sean Alexander rushed for 340 yards in just 2 games. Now you're looking at here in the fourth quarter, only 15 yards.
Right.
Right. How do you get your guys to play like that, coach?
All week long, we put his number 37, we put it on the walls and locked it in 37,
Yeah.
37, 37. So they were just going to sleep thinking about Sean Williams and about how good. And
Alexander.
Alexander,
Yeah. Yep.
Alexander, and we had to do one thing. We had to stop the run first.
Uh-huh.
We wasn't worried about anything else. Let's stop the run. Even if it took 8 men in the box, we were going to stop the run. We were going to make them beat us throwing the football. And so that's where all that came from. And you got to give these guys so much credit because remember now this team was coming off 4-7 and 4-7.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of outside noise that you can't beat Alabama.
No.
You get see, even at halftime, you played a good first half, and so you wanted your guys to stay focused, keep tackling, keep doing what you're taught to do, fundamentally wise. Get off a block, go arrive in a bad mood.
Come on now. And that's exactly what your boys did each and every week. We'll go ahead and keep it rolling right here. As you can see right here, Sean had a rough day. And this is something you preach. Swarm to that ball. Overwhelm these guys. And look at this. I mean, every single play, he got to the point. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This was before my time, I think, or at least close to it. I was a young pup at this time. Didn't they say he slid at the very end because he didn't want any more contact?
He did.
Like that, huh?
He did. Kanoy Kennedy, David Baird,
Yeah.
C.J. McLean, all these guys really were bringing the hat. They were bringing that Razorback hat, and really it's almost like there's 12 or 14 men out there. There's no holes, and these guys were running the ball. I mean, just running to the football.
Yeah.
As you said, well, they got there in a swarm, and then good things start to happen when you get there, and now all of a sudden you start stripping the ball out.
Oh, yeah.
Turnovers, that's where you win.
You talk about that. Great get off right here by your D lineman. Once again, Sean Alexander just overwhelmed. Ball comes up. Whoop. You always say that's a funny shaped ball. It bounces a funny way. Razorbacks get it right here. And at this point, I know it's all about locking in, coach, and it's not over until it hits 0. But I'm going to get to a part right here. You see that face of yours right there?
Yes, sir.
That's a little grin on your face, coach. And I know as a coach, sometimes hard to keep that emotion in, but at this point, you knew you had something special.
It was hard for me to hide emotion on the sideline. You know, it's hard for me to just cross my arms on the sideline, especially as how hard these guys are playing. And it's getting towards the end, and they keep bringing turnovers to me. And when you bring turnovers to me, when we got the ball, they can't score.
Man.
Something that simple. And man, I just love how physical we were.
Yeah. All right. So that brings me to another game. All right. So Alabama, you see the tight end. The thing that I liked about what you did is y'all weren't scared of anybody when you played. And you put that in us as players, and you talk about dominance. It's hard not to talk about a dominant performance under your era without talking about that Cotton Bowl. All right. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. But before we get into that, let me go ahead and play a couple clips from this Cotton Bowl. This is going to be all defense because defense stole the show down there in, what is it, Dallas? The Cotton Bowl was in Dallas, right? It wasn't in Arlington, right? All right, here we go. Take a look at this.
Ready for the renewal of one of the great rivalries in college football, the Arkansas Razorbacks out of the SEC and the Texas Longhorns from the Big 12. Applewhite forced to roll out of the pocket, and he is
Come on now. We can roll this all day, coach.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 9, and immediately hit and dragged down. He'll pitch to Mitchell, and he is hammered behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Razorbacks. Short drop, throws, and Mitchell makes a catch, but not much room there.
We'll show that play here in a little bit.
3rd and 12 for Sims. They come after
Taking a
him,
nice
and
little
they
stroll
get it.
down memory lane. I believe there was 8
Mitchell
sacks.
again, and he is stopped in his tracks by Ray. 2nd and 9. They give it to Mitchell, and he was licked at the line.
Who's number 64?
Mitchell in motion, and Applewhite.
He really didn't like Texas.
He just ran with
He didn't like Texas at all.
4 receivers set, 3rd down.
gotta think it's still
Applewhite, down he
3-3 at this
goes
point.
again. On 1st and goal, 28 possessions this year, 28 touchdowns. Play fake, Applewhite throws, dangerous throw.
Oh, no.
Robertson tries to break it to the outside. No room to run. The charge led by Jamel Harris. He had help from Kennedy. Still a lot of time left for Texas. 12:35.
All day, Coach.
But down goes Applewhite.
Take our kids to the senior prom. Bring it on.
We
Third
got a
and
couple
30.
more from this game.
And Sims is dropped.
Okay, no doubt.
Sims under heavy pressure. The eighth triumph.
Look at that.
The Arkansas Razorbacks'
Come on
first
now.
Cotton Bowl win since 1976.
I mean, coach, that has to be fun as a coach when your defense just steps up. Now, record-wise, y'all set a Cotton Bowl record, maybe a record period in the nation that day. Y'all held Texas to minus 27 rushing yards on the day.
It is Bobby Allen. Keith Burns had just left. Looks like he had job Tulsa. So Bobby Allen was our defense coordinator, and man, they didn't miss a beat. These guys were swarming, and I tell you, when you have leadership like that love to get through football, there's nothing like. Remember, now this is the first win for Arkansas in a bowl game in 15 years.
Nice.
What was nervous about this week? Darryl Royal, Frank Royals, they were there all week, and I'll never will forget. We changed hotels the night before the game because of all the January 1 celebration.
It gets a little wild.
We went to another hotel, and I never will forget. This is Coach Royals on the phone. This is at 10 o'clock at night. I said, "Oh man, I'm thinking one of the scout team guys jumped off the ledge or something. Something. Coach, what's up? Houston, I just want you to know, I want you to enjoy the Cotton Bowl. It's the 2000 Cotton Bowl, and this is going to be a great game. Your team is prepared. Have fun tomorrow." And it really took it off of me because he must have felt how nervous I was throughout the week, especially seeing Darryl Roy and Frank was icons. And so he really took it off of me. And what a great time.
A great time indeed. So let's go ahead and watch some of that tape from that one. All right. So we already had you geared up with that nice little grin on your face. Let's go ahead and go back to it. Next play right here. Let's go ahead and get to that Cotton Bowl and look at the defensive side of the ball. I mean, this is what you want as a coach, right? That's exact. Look at the swarm. I mean, that gets fired up, don't it?
It does.
Yeah.
When you get helmets to the ball like that, they're getting off blocks. Boy, they're pursuing. It's like a pursuit drill.
Yeah.
And you're talking about getting 7, 8, 9 helmets to the football. Man, what a great feat.
Yeah. Let's keep it going. Another one right here. I mean, and then look at this, the excitement. Number 64, like I said, every time he tackled somebody, he threw the horns down. He had a penalty for that. But here's another one. We already showed it in the Alabama game. Now you look here, it's just the identity that you're bringing to your teams, coach. Everybody just swarming to the ball. Texas, but now, my guy 64, watch this right here. He gave him a little something extra right here, okay? So he gets up. Oh, whoa. You got to be careful right there, all right?
Be careful. But
man.
the linemen, retracing their steps right there. They rush the passer, and then on the quick screen, you see all of them running to the football, and it's just outstanding.
All right, let's keep this thing going. So up until this point, Texas was 27 of 27 in goal line. First time they've been stopped all year at the goal line. And once again, third down right here. You've had two great first and second down back-to-back and just fly into the helmet. And I want to take a look at this linebacker right here. Watch him take on this lead block. Oh, I mean, that's physical. That's special right there. Leaves the running back from Texas nowhere to go. And then that's when you let everybody else come up and go and do the part. But this is what I think is special. Our guy 45 right here. No bias to 45 out there. Man, look at this excitement, coach. I mean, losing his mind. That's special.
Jamal Harris is a special guy, no doubt about it. Always keeps his outside arm free. He couldn't block him.
Yeah.
And right there, as you said, you have that EP around the football. It is a great feat. Now, we stop them, and now we're on the 1 inch line going the other.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still kind of nervous.
All right. So you're on the 1 inch line.
Yes.
Third down, 3rd and 12. What conversation are we having on the side?
Black Marcus, an offensive line coach, that says, run it, punt it. Even if you got to sneak it. I said, no. We're going to go from the juggler right here. We're going to go a little hitch and go.
Yeah.
We're going to protect with about 10 people in there. We're going to protect.
Yeah.
But Anthony Lucas is going to hit you up because the corners, they're just so fast and they're on everything. So we feel like they would take the cheese.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Clint Sturdy did a great job. A really quick pump fake, lays it up. This changes the end of field. This really goes.
So you got to think, still 3-3 at this point. Sterner with a great fake. And then Anthony Lucas, he was on a little bit earlier this year. And he talked about how fun it was to play with you. But talk about a special talent, though, from as soon as he stepped on the field. And we know how he is now as a coach, as a husband, as a father. He just seems so nice. Is that the same guy?
Same guy. Same guy. Now, when he gets on the field,
Okay.
the competitive part takes over. But
Yeah.
it's yes, sir, no, sir. And you think he's the nicest guy in the world, but man, when he gets on the field, he's going to create separation.
Yeah.
And he's the best deep ball catcher I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Reggie Swinton was
But that's high praise.
top Bradley. This guy,
Yeah.
if he doesn't get hurt, he should have been in the NFL, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Long time.
Absolutely. There. Oh, yeah. All right. So let's keep it going. Another guy that a lot of Razorback fans may be familiar with. Well, first, let me show this play. Sterner making stuff happen in the backfield. I don't think he sometimes get enough credit for that. He sees this pressure coming. Look at this. Avoids the tackle. Keeps his eyes downfield. How big time of a play is this?
Big time. Big time because he extended the play. We can't block him all.
Yeah.
And so he does a great job of making a defender miss just to buy time. And then this is a play we put in early with Cedric Cobb sneaking out of backfield down the sideline.
Yeah.
But the problem is if they blitz like this, it's like, Clint, we can't help you, buddy. You're
Yeah.
on your own. So throw it to grandmother in the stands, if they put. But he did a great job of making a guy miss and throws it up for Cedric.
Also talk about, too, how happy you are to see this in your quarterback. He knows he's going to take one on the chin.
Yes.
And he has a choice to make. Let me go ahead and take this hit, score a touchdown, or live to play another down.
Real guts, and sacrifice for your teammates. You're talking about giving it up. Trey Sterner's tough. And you're right. He probably didn't get enough credit. This guy is a tough competitor. Took a lot of hits, and he hung in there.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and keep it rolling. And it gets it to this guy right here from J.A. Fair, Little Rock. Good old Cedric Cobbs. We'll talk more about Cobbs here in a second. Another play right here, Coach. Just the personality of this football team. Don't let one man take you down. Great run right up here, the middle, physical run, taking it to the house. Now Texas is starting to feel the heat.
Yeah.
They're starting to feel the pressure. You got the defense doing what they're doing. And then you got this guy, number 4, Cedric Cobbs, making one guy miss in space. I mean, so when I moved from Texas to Arkansas, it was around this era, and it was all about Cedric Cobbs, number 4. Situations like this, how many times out of 10 is Cedric Cobbs letting one guy tackle him?
Can't do it.
Can you?
You can't do it in space. The guy has so much ability. I love the way you do this with this film.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah, come on.
Fact.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah, lock it in.
But Cedric is so good in space, and he's strong. I hate that he got hurt. But this guy was a special talent. And you can see here, this is Texas. They had all 4-3 bunglers, in the secondary. He outran it.
Oh, yeah, you had safeties that had the angle on them. Nice little stiff arm. And anyone else in the country gets caught right here. Cedric Cobbs
Steps out of bounds.
or steps out of bounds. Cedric takes it to the house. All right, so that just talk about Cotton Bowl team doing their thing, and I'm trying to get to a spot. The Texas game. Arkansas fans can't stand Texas. And now I've said this for a long time, and it's not a popular opinion, but it is what it is. I just wish Texas didn't like us as much as we don't like them.
Right.
It's tough. LSU, we don't like LSU. LSU ain't too worried about Arkansas. Now, they used to be worried about us on Thanksgiving Day, all right, but that's changed, all right? And then that brings me to like a potential real rival. We're playing Arkansas State, week 2. Never happened before. We're playing them in Little Rock. The last game at War Memorial Stadium. And, Coach, I don't know if you've been to Little Rock lately for a War Memorial game. You wouldn't recognize it. You wouldn't recognize it, Coach. When you pull up to the stadium, it's almost like the fans sometimes, I'm not saying this for all fans, I can see the grass on the golf course, all right? I can see the grass. I used to not be able to see the grass.
Right.
I see some people really not too interested in getting out there. What's the temperature like? I don't think I'm going to make it out to the Hawks game. What was it about Little Rock that was so special?
Well, first of all, we're from Little Rock.
Is that what it is? Bias?
Yeah, we're biased. And so I grew up watching Little Rock games, so I was excited. I never considered that to be a road trip.
Oh.
I've heard a lot of people in years past, that's a road trip. No, I love Little Rock, Arkansas. In fact, there's so much pride in Little Rock. As you said, that golf course was wall to wall.
Come on, man.
Cars and tailgating. And they would meet us out on West Markham. I would get goosebumps and chill bumps coming down West where I couldn't wait because they were there.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
Oh, man.
And they're banging on the bus.
Come on.
And then the players inside, if I could just have that on video, the players inside the bus would be screaming around that corner as we're getting up, let me out, coach. And so that was the attitude. And so in Little Rock, we felt like we're never going to get beat. When Lou Holtz, when we had played him in South Carolina, the first thing he said, 50-yard line to me, why did you bring me to Little Rock? Why? And the reason was because we felt like we had an unbelievable advantage It's 55,000 people. I love say it,
Yep.
love it. But Little Rock is to me was they played every single play.
Yep.
Where sometimes they say, "Hey, come on, entertain me now.
Uh-huh.
Come on, show me something."
Yeah.
Where Little Rock, I felt like sometimes they do try to lift you up early, especially in first quarter.
So I don't know. I know I am biased. It's
Yeah.
just the way that it is. That's home. And like there's something different about the folks in Little Rock, all right? They got something going on, something in the water down in Little Rock in Central Arkansas. But I love it and I appreciate it. And I think it's good, not just for Little Rock, but for the entire state of Arkansas to be able to have two places that just have that type of energy. So this game in Little Rock being last one, good or bad for Razorback football?
Well, I'm partial again. I want Little Rock, but again, I understand the financial part of it. It's kind of hard to keep both. I get all that, but I wish they could somehow work it out, but they can't. But I'll tell you one thing. If you and I were getting ready to go, we're going to strap it up against Arkansas State. We better get ready. This would be Arkansas State Super Bowl. I promise you better make sure Arkansas, this is their Super Bowl too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very important because one thing Coach Rules, he did not want to play Arkansas State. And the reason was it only takes 1 year where if they win, he wanted Razorbacks coming out of everybody's mouth at every cafe, every corner of the state. It's Razorback, Razorback, Razorback. Only one university. And so all the Coach Slacewell and all these a lot of people at Arkansas State, and I had brothers that coached Arkansas State.
Yeah.
How come y'all will play us? How come you won't play us? You scared? One of those. So you better make sure now that you're playing them, you better make sure you take care of business because this will be, again, a Super Bowl for them. Arkansas's got to make sure it's Super Bowl for them as well.
It's been going on so long, Coach, to the point where my sister went to Aston.
Yeah, I get it. Fans.
I'm just tired of hearing from State. So and it's like, all right, come on, let's go and handle this.
Yeah.
This is the last I want to hear of it.
Wow.
All right? That's how I am.
Yep.
Now, like I said, I'm glad they didn't catch us on some other years. All right, we won't talk about other coaches. But Chad Morris, sorry. Did I say that? I said that out loud. No, Coach, don't say nothing. That's on me. All right, that's on me. You keep it neutral. All right. So talk about you talked about the mentality, the rivalry, and then the thing with this, it's all about moments in games. You have so many moments as a Razorback head coach, and with that comes some electric players. All right, and you've had a lot of. All right, Felix Jones, Darren McFadden, Peyton Hillis. I mean, Ken Hamlin. I mean, we could just go. Jamal Anderson was a receiver, switches to D lineman, becomes a top 10 draft pick. Sean Andrews had him in the studio the other day too. I mean, just electric players. But there's one guy who used to throw the football around a little bit. And it was around this game. So let me go ahead and pull this back up for everybody right here. It was what day was this? I'm trying to think. We're up in Fayetteville. We got Auburn coming to town. They're 6-1 on the year, number 17 in the country, 3-3. Before I show the player we're about to talk about, I just want to talk about opening kickoff. Coach, it's all about setting the tone. All right. And this is your breed right here. Look at this guy come down here trying to block this is Auburn on the return. Watch this Razorback come out of the already. Boom, sacrifice his body. Physical. Then you got a big hit right here. And this is what I like the best right here. You're number 17 in the country. You're coming to our backyard. It's going to be a long day. Matt Harris would always say, it's a 2 chin strap game. You remember that, don't you?
Yes.
And then you get introduced to this guy right here. Tell me a little bit about the day this guy came in and introduced himself to the world. Let's go ahead and take a nice little listen right here.
And Matt Jones checks into the game on 3rd and 13. The true freshman from Abilene, Texas. Under center. Has yet to throw a pass. He does so here, and it's a touchdown! His first pass of the season, and for his career at Arkansas, goes for 6 to Richard Smith.
First pass of the year. Welcome Matt Jones, everybody. Talk about this guy, Coach.
He's different. 6'6", 240 pounds, and runs 4.37. Electronic. And this guy can really be. Every time after a game, a defensive coordinator or a head coach would say, I didn't realize this guy was that fast.
Man.
And you see right here, you think, well, he's trapped. That's a sack. But he escapes. Time and time again, he escapes. Long-legged guy. And he always had ice water in his veins. Nothing ever bothered this guy. The pressure, no pressure. None.
Non-existent in his world.
No.
I mean, we can go through all day watching Matt Jones highlights. We wouldn't have time to do that. We'd be here maybe till next week. But you just talk about special. He had so many moments. Miracle on Markham, to Corey Birmingham in the back of the end zone in Little Rock, being able to not always run it, keep his eyes downfield, make plays. I think he made.
Yeah, I remember this knees injury, fan. Jones with the bootleg keeper. Matt Jones. Touchdown.
7 overtime games versus Oakland is, and well, they do real overtime. So let's
What's the think about the new?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, Coach.
See it or not.
I don't like it either.
I'm the extra point line. But that was an unbelievable game. Jermaine Petty makes the bid, but Matt Jones is freshman. Again, ice water in his veins, made so many cuts.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and go through some of that. I'm very curious to see the emotions in this game. So, like you said, overtime against good old Ole Miss on the road. Matt does a great job of keeping his eyes to his target. But when things fall apart, Coach, at what point are you like, uh-oh? Or are you just like, Matt's going to figure this out?
Well, you always told Matt, hey, look, we're going to go 1-2. And then once you start dancing, it's time to roll.
Yeah.
Release your legs, And so that's what he always did a really good job of. And it made the defensive coordinators, it had to make them stay up all week long. Because when you, like you say, you think you have it, but you don't.
Yeah. See it right here. One's not there. It looks like he's about to take off, but he sees two. Look, making something happen. Well, first of all, what a pass, right?
He's more accurate than you think. He's an unbelievable, what I call a backyard player.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I mean by that is just like this, the scramble thing, it's not drawn up just right. It's not a clean pocket, but he makes it happen. And then when he escapes, his eyes are downfield and he just makes unbelievable.
All right, let's go. Keep on going. Overtime number. First of all, timeout now. Timeout. Let's tighten up. We got another one right here. It seems like this play is completely shut down. Matt Jones has the ball. Ain't no telling what happens. Breaks the tackle, spins out of one. And once he sees that goal line, Coach.
Oh, the long legs were there.
Yeah.
They're there. You can't get him. And all the way it looks, the film is so deceiving because he's moving. This 6 yards right here.
Yeah.
He's moving.
Yeah.
They can't get it.
He looks slow.
He looks slow.
But he's moving now. Gets to the goal line, in for another touchdown. Just a special talent, but we're going to keep it going, all right? And the thing about it is, too, he sometimes seems like he doesn't care. No emotion?
I'll tell you what, if you came to practice on Tuesday,
You see it.
Tuesday, you say, come over and sit down over.
Oh, wow.
Come over and sit down. Let's shorthand do a few things of those.
Oh, yeah, to get him going?
He can pull him in there. But, it was just, he was always like that in high school, and just so nonchalant. And sometimes the neck, and somehow just put a little enthusiasm into us. And I tell you, the greatest example is the LSU game. We're in Little Rock. We're down 6 points.
Yeah.
It's about 1:30 left. I asked Dean Weber, where's Matt? He's back in the back. He's on the bike. And I go back there. He's kind of humming. We're down 20. I said, Matt, sense of urgency. Mayday. 2-minute drill. Coach, I got it. And I almost said this. I said, Pat, you're 2 for 13. You hadn't thrown a spiral yet. So come on, let's get ready. Coach, I got it. Sure enough, what does he do? I said, Coach Saban will probably be deep as the deepest. We're going to triple vertical stretch. Deep, intermediate, work the sideline, work the lower part. We're going to be deep. Lo and behold, they swat on Richard Smith. He throws the most beautiful pass in Little Rock.
Come on now.
To cross the 50. And this is what this guy does.
Yeah.
Right when you say, he can be.
Yeah. And this winner, got poise. Some of the best poise we've ever seen in a Razorback uniform. But we'll keep it going. Overtime, still rocking and rolling. Ole Miss doing their thing, making it a game. You see another one, look at option 1, number 2. Right now, as a coach, what you thinking?
Throw it away, or go run and get the first down. But he does such a good job of keeping his eyes down the field. As long as you're lineman, we have to really teach your lineman to not go downfield with Matt Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. Just maintain your blocks, move your feet, do not cross the line of scrimmage.
Also, don't hold too, because that's very high percentage of getting holds when quarterbacks do this. So you got to be a special lineman to play with Matt Jones. But once again, look at this. I mean, at that point, you think it's over, but he makes something happen. Something about Ole Miss in overtime. I don't know what it is about it, but it's real fun being a Razorback fan with taking Ole Miss to overtime. Another situation, 3 guys in the space, backyard football.
Well, look at the awkward throw. It's not how you teach how to throw a pass. It's
No.
not a 6-inch step. It's not step and deliver. His body is sideways, actually facing the opponent's sideline.
Here, let's zoom up on this quick. What are we doing, right? That's not
how you teach.
That's not how you coach it up right there.
But only Matt Jones could do that.
That's fun right there. Get you a nice.
And you know who's catching that ball, don't you?
Who's that back there?
That's Jason Peters.
Oh, little tight end. That's Jason Peters.
Jason Peters. God, and he only spent about 21 years in the NFL.
How big was he at Arkansas?
He was about he at first he's about 280, 275, then he got to about 300, and then he pros he's about 235,
Oh.
340.
Yeah. He I would say top 5 Razorbacks of all time, especially NFL career. I mean, he's made a lot of money protecting a quarterback. That's special right there. Get a little emotion out of Matt right there. Look at this guy running down the sideline, looking young and surprised. Another situation where you think it's all hope is lost. Matt extends the play, gets the ball to where it needs to be. Come on now. I mean, special moments watching that guy play some football. So that brings me to Matt Jones. He's tall, lanky, he's super athletic, kind of chill. You would like him to be a little bit more vocal. It kind of reminds me of a guy we got right now, one more number up in Taylon Green. Now, a lot of people are trying to make comparisons to the current Razorback quarterback because he has those long strides. Probably one of the fast players on the team. He has a sneaky good arm. Sometimes want him to be more vocal. When you watch Taylon Green play, what are some of the things you think that's special? And what are some of the things you think he needs to work on?
I think the biggest thing especially is because he can make things happen with his legs.
Yeah.
You know, he can run if there's a blitz. If there's a left tackle misses the play, he can make that down west. He can go get the first down and keep the offense in the field. The thing he's got to get better at, especially this year, all the teams now know. They know about it.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? They're going to overpopulate the line of scrimmage and say, you beat us with your arm.
Mm.
And so now he's got to be accurate. He's got to have that time clock in his mind. Got to make sure he's know where the hots are and get the ball out and be accurate because these teams are going to heat him up now.
Yep. So I asked Coach Petrino this, and I'm curious from your perspective. It's a little bit different nowadays of guys knowing what to do, understanding the offense. Taylon Green, year 2 in the system. You should have it picked up by now. Whole new receiving corps. Guys learning it for the first time. And it's a lot different in practice than when the bullets start flying on game day, especially trying to learn something new. What approach do coaches have to take nowadays to maybe condense that playbook to adjust to this new era of college football?
That's the thing. It's hard. Arkansas has 50 new players. You know, it's almost unheard of, but think about the locker room be completely different each and every year. It's free agents. So you got to do a good job of keeping that one heartbeat and that together. That's where the quarterback coming back the second year, I would sleep a little bit better if Clint Sterner's coming back. Matt Jones coming back.
Yeah.
We have that guy. Now he should be better. He should understand defense. And here's the other thing that we didn't have. They get to practice in the summer. They get OTAs.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 times a week where, okay, who's the hot? Where's Sam? Where's the meat guy coming? And so those things, to me, he can help build that guy's mindset. Here's what we're trying to do. And he should be much, much better this year. Again, I don't know the receivers. I don't know the roster. And so you need those guys. You need a supporting cast for sure.
Yeah.
And especially in this league.
And especially up front with the offensive line. We can touch on that in a great offensive line will make your team look real good. Real good. All right, so we talked about some tape. We talked about Matt Jones, but I think there's one guy that's a little bit more special to your heart. Second to me, of course. Let's go ahead and roll the tape on this guy. Razorback fans,
If you're not losing, you knock off the #1 team in the country. How did you do it tonight?
I don't know. I tell you what, I know this. Got a lot of guys with some big hearts. All I know is for 3 hours. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. It's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. I love you. What an effort. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 3, number 4.
We got that wood right here, baby.
Somebody better look at this
right
guy.
here.
He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
Coach, man. Oh, my God. What are we doing, right? What are we doing?
One thing I really feel like they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Should have won the
Jews. Tim Tebow beat him 1 year. Troy Smith the other year. How do you say that? I mean, I guess you can say it now, right? You say it then too.
I did under my breath. It's a hard heartbeat, you know.
Man, Darren, I don't know. I mean, yeah, y'all stay in touch.
Yeah.
Talk about like him. I mean, everybody knew him as the football player. Off the field, went through some adversity, and he's been open about it. His road back to sobriety. He's starting to be more open out. You're starting to see a different side of D-Mac. Just talk about how special of a guy he was, man.
Ever since he came to camp, Danny got him at camp by the time he was 7th or 8th grader. You know, he played at Oak Grove.
Yep.
And so Coach Mays was his high school coach. And so we had that relationship, which was really good. A lot of time Coach Mays helped us by throwing some of the letters of LSU, Alabama.
There we go.
Put them in the trash.
Come on, Coach.
That helped us. But Danny did a great job of recruiting. And of course, when Danny Hickley is the one that had the idea of putting him in the Wildcats direct snap.
Nice.
And so Coach Malzahn brought that over. He did a lot of that in high school. He had that fast electric motion and got it. But the quarterback, it didn't excite you until Danny said, you know what? Darren has ball skills. He played a little bit of quarterback.
Yeah.
And he could run it, and he could had a natural throwing motion.
He did.
And so, man, when you did that, it just took off because he was a triple threat.
Yeah.
And Darren loved football. He's a great teammate,
Man.
And here's what I love. Nick Saban told me this one time. Nick Saban told me in the spring, went to SEC Destin meetings. He'd say, I took a film of Darren. I showed it to my team, what an All-American about. So I'm thinking, you took one of the runs. He said, no, I took the kickoff return that he was blocking for Felix Jones.
I remember that play. He killed somebody.
Yes.
That play sticks out to me.
And so after practice, Danny would have to say, hey, the cafeteria's getting ready to close. Come on.
Yeah.
Put it up. And they're playing catch.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody wanted to race him. And that's what made me see is everybody want, hey, let's put out Daffy races at him to see how fast he is going to pull a hamstring. So, but I mean, he was fun. He was great to the little strip stage.
All right, let's and keep this thing rolling. I see another one right here. This is pretty fun too, Coach. You talked about Darren, right? And his ability when it comes to that special teams play. How he's blocking, all right? Take a look at this. So we go overtime, all right? Let me go ahead and move on from this play right here. We're playing against good old LSU. We talked about him in the Wild Hog. Darren right now is at quarterback. This is overtime against LSU. First of all, this was by far the most exciting game I have ever been a part of. I'm a freshman at this point. Coach Nutt got me out there just scared to death, but I'm loving every minute of it, all right?
Caught a big pass in this game.
It was a third down, but it was a little naked bootleg. But you talked about Darren being special. I want everybody to watch this play right here. Not too many times do you see an All-American, best player in the country, not only throw the ball to probably the second best running back in the country, but how many times have you seen a quarterback throw the ball then go try to lead block? Watch Darren right here. I mean, he tries to get the lead block for his guy. I mean, that's the type of guy Darren is. You don't see that, Coach, ever.
That's the effort that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So unselfish that he wants to please, and he wants to help his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, just I just realized that for the first time today watching this tape. All right, but we get in a situation right here. I think this may be third down. We don't complete to Peyton Hillis. This next play right here is going to be 4th and 10. All right. This is when I'm a Razorback fan, Coach.
Right.
This is probably because we come out of timeout. They called timeout, or maybe we did. I don't know who did, but I'm on the sideline watching right now. This is probably when I was like, okay, LSU got some pretty cool fans. It was this play right here. I'm about on the 25-yard line behind the referees. And while we're in this timeout, this little girl, Coach, she's yelling at me. She's saying 45, 45. We got to lock in. We can't interact with fans, right? We can't do that. Then she starts saying Williams, number one, the name on the back. Williams. That's a little girl's voice, Coach. And so I said, all right, let me go turn around, all right? Little girl about this tall. She has both her hands up, and she's giving me the double bird. And her grandma's right next to her, patting her on the back, saying, that's my girl. And I was like, LSU fans are a little different. I kind of like it.
Oh, they're there at 10 a.m. and they're having a drink and they're getting ready.
Yeah, they're having a few drinks.
They're getting ready.
But they were at that moment. So you got to think this place is absolutely rocking. And then another guy, Peyton Hillis. I mean, Coach, we could talk about these guys all day.
On the sideline, did you feel the ground shaking?
It was unreal.
It's really unreal. This is one of the toughest places to play at night in Baton Rouge.
Yep.
At LSU State, Tiger Stadium. And literally the ground shakes.
Ground shaking.
And I'm probably biting my fingernails right here, too.
We know where it's going. All right. So here we go. Casey Dick does a great job. I mean, just a special moment. We're in overtime. Scrambles, finds Peyton, and now the play's alive. That place got real quiet real quick. Then you just go on to the next play. Peyton Hillis will route out of the backfield. Got quiet even more real quick. Casey Dick doing such a great job. And then you got, we get another overtime. Then you got Felix Jones. I mean, What do you do as LSU? Now I got to stop Felix Jones. Then they're going to hand the ball to Darren McFadden. I mean, coach.
And they're freaks. Peyton Hillis. Peyton Hillis hits a big run here. I mean, Peyton Hillis, Felix Jones, Darren McFadden. You got three guys that can just buy, and they're fresh.
Yeah.
Not tired at all.
Is this I got them all highlighted right now. If you're a defensive coordinator and you got Peyton Hillis, Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, first of all, what do? You got to pay attention to Peyton. Does he have the ball? We got to make sure we stick there. Oh, wait, he's holding it. Now we got an All-American with another All-American lead block, and talk about selflessness. Look at this block by Felix Jones. Completely lays out. Darren jumps over him, gets the first down, and then you hand it off to Peyton Hillis. I mean, coach, is this is this possible anymore in college football? With the NIL and the
I
portal?
don't think it is. We always talk about that. It's so hard to keep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'd sure be trying.
Yeah.
I'd sure be trying. Come on, Mark Stevens, Oakland. Hey, we need everybody. We got to keep these. But it'd be so difficult.
So it was Felix Jones. He just got inducted to the Arkansas Football Hall of Fame. It was right here in Oakland, over there in the convention center. We were sitting down right here talking with Felix, and he loves Arkansas. Like he says he treats it more of home than his own state. But we did ask him, if the portal was around, and even Felix Jones said, I really wanted to be the guy, though. And I love Darren.
Yeah.
And, if they would have thrown money at my face and I would have been he says, I may have left. I mean, Felix comes into your office and he says, Coach, how do you have that conversation?
Felix, I'm gonna try my best to keep you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to get some bags of money for you. I'm gonna try hard. But I get it. I get it. I was thinking the other way. Okay. I'll go around to the other team and say, okay, they got other kind of slightly Felix Jones on that team that's not good, but come over here and be the guy. We just want to speak to Jones. So, I'm thinking that's the game that you're in now. You're in the free agent. So you can't blame Felix Jones for saying, hey, I want to go be the guy. I want to go be the guy. And so it's a whole different world.
Yeah. And glad you're not coaching in it.
I always watch all this, always miss all this, and in fact, 3 weeks ago, somebody got on the radio doing a segment and they said, you're probably glad you're not coaching. I always miss coaching.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things I don't miss. But they said, wait, your mom said I was a good.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be a good recruiter with a bag of money. I mean, come on, that's I've always been for players to have money, but the thing that worries me about what we have going now is it's the lock where your Taylon Green's going to get paid.
Yeah.
What about your left guard? Is he getting paid? He's probably not getting paid $1 million.
Yeah.
And so then you'd have those conversations, Sean Andrews, Jason Peters, Peyton Hillis. You think can I get a piece of the pie? Darren McFadden's got this. Can I get mine? DJ Williams. I got DJ Williams. They're coming to get you. I can't lose DJ Williams.
Yeah.
I got to. So it's
tough.
That's the part I don't like, and that's what makes it tough. And what I don't like the most is the portal.
Yeah.
Because you can I think transfer once, okay, but
How many times we got coach?
right.
Yeah.
So,
How many times it's going to take? And you brought up a good point. Every time we have an opportunity to talk to a Razorback, we had Luke Haas, who's now at Ole Miss. He transferred. 2 years ago, we had him on stage at an event for the Buzz. And we were talking about, the difference of now having Taylon Green. KJ Jefferson was the quarterback before. KJ Jefferson, great year. Then he started to fall off. Now, Coach, what I saw from my perspective, when I'm looking on the sideline, we're getting beat by Auburn by over 34 points at home. And he looked a little bit too unfazed, in my opinion.
Yep.
I didn't like it. Smiles, giggles, dapping up players from the other team, in which I'm all about being a good good sportsmanship. But there needs to be, in my opinion, some sense of you are not happy that you just got your butt kicked at home. Then you come out of the locker room in a nice suit with a Gucci bag, and then so when we were talking to Luke Haas, he said something about when Taylon took over as a starter. He says, I really like Taylon. It's different because now we have a quarterback that'll come up and talk to us in the locker room. Now, he didn't say that KJ separated himself, but that's the vibe that came off. How do you control that in the locker room now when you got these guys potentially making 7 figures?
that's what's tough. That's what's tough. You what about the locker? And that's where, to me, I always leaned on the seniors. they knew this is the end. The seniors had 3 months left, so you really try to have that individual meeting with those seniors, say, hey, this is retaining you. And they would let me know, when things were getting a little bit, disjointed a little bit.
Yeah.
So to me, you got to keep it together, and that's the hardest thing.
Let's go ahead and finish off that LSU game. We got to do it the right way. How good was this? LSU goes down and scored. They need a 2-point conversion. And then this
Here's the plan. Deep, intercepted. Latero Richardson, Arkansas wins.
The dream dies.
You see that right there? Now, Coach, I don't want to go there, but I have to sometimes. That's the last time we saw you as a head coach for the University of Arkansas. And I would say probably one of my favorite memories was in that locker room afterwards. It was special. It was special. Then some things played out. You weren't with us at the bowl game. At that moment, did you have an idea? Let me take this one in.
I didn't know 100%, but it was getting close. It was
Yeah.
getting close. I've been there 10 years, and it was really some tough things. But what I appreciate so much was the players. They fought for those. You part of that, and man, they play hard to beat the number one. They go on and win the national.
They did. They did.
And so I was just really proud. But when you get home and you're still for sale signs of your home, there's still some days that it's probably time. And then Coach Brule, they flew 10 for being the athletic bench as well. So there's things happening.
There were for sale signs in your yard from fans or people putting in it, not real fans.
Not real fans.
Jeez, yeah. Weird. Then you go off to Ole Miss. Now that was tough for me. I tried to follow you.
I tried to
We talked about it a lot. The rules are a little bit different back then. I would have to sit out a while, but we talked about it. But I stuck it out, and man, that was just very tough. And a coach right now, and Coach Sam Pittman, wanted to talk about him. He's in a situation where a lot of people are in like, hey, is this the year or not? Some people wanted him gone last year. We're not trying to sit up here and fire a coach by any means, but I look at a situation when what Coach Pittman took over, the Chad Morris years. It was tough years. I'm covering the team, Coach. It's tough.
Right.
He comes over, gets going year one just a little bit. Then he started getting more wins. Then he has a 9-win season. And then you kind of start seeing it kind of taper off a little bit. What does it take to be consistent? Because we were in a situation too, Coach. Great years, some not so good. Great years. How do you become consistent in the SEC?
Well, that's the most difficult thing. We're the toughest conference in America, as we all know. I'm partially that. I believe that. Week in, week out. I think the first thing to me is and it's hard is start in Arkansas. I can't lose DJ Weeks. I can't lose Matt Jones. I can't lose Sean Andrews. I can't lose Cedric Cobbs. I can't lose those players starting out in Arkansas. That is the most survivor thing with me. And then you got to be great recruiters outside of your state and to keep them. Now, here's what's difficult in this world is you got 50 new players this year.
Oh.
So the development from DJ Weeks as a freshman to sophomore was immense. I love to see the development. You get them better. You get them better. Well, now it's like we're going to the trading board. We're going to go get another team.
Yeah.
So it's different. But the consistency you're talking about is you got to protect the ball, win the tournament.
Yep.
If you go back and look at that, I saw you at the Stillwater game.
Yeah.
We had the chance.
Yeah. I saw you. Yeah.
We had the game.
It was there.
One.
Yeah.
And you got to finish that. You win that game, how much different is the
Changes everything.
Changes everything.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's just like the schedule this year. Look at the schedule. You and I, our mindset will be, we're going to be 4-0. We're going to be 4-0.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Okay, we're going to beat Alabama, A&M, who in the
Yeah.
Arkansas State.
We'll take care of them.
Shouldn't have came a little long. Who's the next one? Memphis? Is it Memphis?
Game 3, Ole Miss and Oxford.
That to me needs to be circled.
Yeah.
You got to circle that one.
That's a big one.
Because you can go get that.
Yep.
And Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah, I think it's Memphis.
Then at the Liberty Bowl.
I think that's right.
At the Liberty Bowl.
Those 4 games, if you get those 4,
Yeah.
watch out.
Yeah.
So you're confident everything you can go. But that would be our mindset. We're fixing to get this for the month.
Yeah, I like it. You talked about recruiting in the state. I've been beating up the dead horse. The past, I would say 3-4 years, our top players each year are playing for other teams in the SEC. That's hard for me. So speaking of that season, you said go get 4. Right now, our friends here at Oakland, they got Arkansas at 5.5 games this year, Coach. 5.5. I mean, I would jump on the over, but then you look at the schedule and what we got. What expectations? And I know it's hard for us. Let's hop off this bias horse for a second. No, it's, 5.5 games. Is that a decent number? Where we at?
I'm positive. I look at things different. You got the quarterback coming back, and again, I don't know the players. There's 50 new players. I don't know them. I hadn't seen practice. I'd love to be at see practice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got to think offensive line should be better, and then you hear about a running back. I don't know. Comes from the Mexico State.
Yeah. Mike Washington. Yeah.
And so I go back to those four. To me, it's the first month.
Yeah.
It's the first month. If you told me in the first month, really take care of business, there's no doubt we go over.
Oh yeah.
I think we have memories of what happens the last couple of says, yeah, I don't know about that, so there's still doubt. But again, I think you and I, we would coach you much, much different about, hey, we're going to take care of business right from the start. And that's in this game, man. That's the one.
Circle it on the calendar. Week 3 down in Oxford. It's a night game, 6 p.m. And you know how it goes with Ole Miss. Real quick before I get into some questions, all right? Justin Acree, my co-host on 103.7 The Buzz. Great guy. All right, great guy. Love him to death. He wanted me to ask you a question, and it was talking about players that you would pick, all right? So if you could pick a quarterback to have on your team and a running back, that are all the players you had, but their names can't be Matt Jones.
Oh, man.
Name can't be Clint Sterner.
Wow.
Name can't be Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, or Peyton Hillis. Who's your quarterback and running back?
Okay, here we go. Mike Cherry.
Okay.
Mike Cherry, I had at Murray State. He's 22-3 from Texarkana, Arkansas. Winner.
Okay.
With the New York Giants. Winner. Big time quarterback.
Coach, I need a Razorback, Coach.
He was a Razorback.
Wait, you said he went to where?
He went to Razorback. I got him to play at Arkansas, but I got him to play at Murray State. He's a Razorback.
Okay. We got to finish it with the Hogs.
Finish with the Hogs. Okay.
That's tough.
How far can I go back?
Oh, Razorback. They got a hog on them, but they're good to go.
Even though I didn't coach.
You have to coach them.
Oh, I had to. Yeah. I'd probably go. I go KCD. I go KCD.
Love Casey Dick. Love Casey Dick. Great guy. Who's your running back?
Running back. Cedric Cox.
Cedric Cox. Cedric Cox special. Been trying to track him down. He's a hard person to get a hold of. I'm not sure. Yeah. But I think that'd be pretty fun right there. Two great guys. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. Look, people showing you love, Coach. Brian Love right now got it picked up saying we miss you. We love you, Coach. We got Heather Harper right now on the big screen saying I love you, Coach Nutt. Go Hogs. Hey, now, would you ever see this? Is this ever in your life?
What's that?
Houston Nutt for AD?
Oh, I don't. I got so many grandsons for right now. I don't know.
You wouldn't go down that route? No. If it was put up on a platter, talk about it.
I ain't gotta go about the hype.
Yeah, I mean that'd be special. And I didn't even ask you this: if you did get offered, would you go back and coach? It would have to be right.
Yeah, it had to be right. Right now it's I don't have it like I've that burning desire. I go with Dennis's team, and I get excited about watching him what he puts together, and then Dickie, because the basketball brothers got to stay longer in coaching. They got to go a little longer in football. Danny now you got to move inside. But to answer your question, probably not. I don't feel it like I used to. I used to really, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, I said, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I was going to New York as if I can help somebody, Like now, it's a little NIL and free agency and all those things. That kind of all adds up to it.
It's a different ball game. Yeah. More people coming in. Matt Jones had ice in his veins. Somebody wants to know, how accurate was the movie Greater? Brandon Burlsworth.
It's a good story overall. I wish they'd done a few things a little different. There's so many more stories. You can only have a movie so long, but Brandon Burlsworth is just one of the greatest stories there is, because of what kind of person he was in the day.
Yeah.
And the guy that walked on wanting to grow up and be a Razorback. Didn't have, he wasn't highly sought after.
Yeah.
Had only a couple of scholarships, but he wanted to be a Razorback. And he transformed his body.
Oh, yeah.
And, but to answer your question, there's a lot of good things in that story. And it's good overall. I just wish they'd done a few things different.
I mean, it just keeps coming in, man. They're showing a lot of love here. when somebody asked how we feel about A-State, we already said it. Come on to Little Rock. Wish you wouldn't have come to Little Rock. We'll talk about that later. All right, so Coach, like I said, it's been fun, and I'm so glad for you to come hang out with us. And I just want to take a second to just talk about like what you did for me as a coach. Love you, Coach. You know what I mean? Being a guy that didn't grow up with a father figure much in his life, it was all my pops were my coaches. And Coach, that you probably gave me some of the best advice. It was my freshman year. Your daughters and I are we're the same age, and I was struggling with a relationship I had at the time. And Coach Nutt was talking to me about it. He says, DJ, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and break up with that girl of yours. And I did it, Coach. Best decision I've ever made. Now I got my beautiful girlfriend there. All right, so you take care of your relationships with your players on and off the field. I mean, how special is, and that's something I'll go with you forever.
That's what I miss. That's
Yeah.
what I miss the most is relationships like we have now. And like when I told your mom, when we signed you, we were so excited about signing you. We didn't sign you for 4 years. You didn't sign you for 5. We signed for life. Yep.
Yep.
And that's why we have this relationship all the way through. I'm so proud of you, your voice, and what you've been as a man now. What your mom, again, the call back for a while because it's your roots. And so that's what you miss. You miss those days of saying, hey, you hand me the baton. You give me your most valuable possession, Mom.
Yeah.
And I want to bring you back, hopefully, a man here in about 5 years. And to me, that's what it's about. My dad was a coach, taught school to death. He was a difference maker, and so that's what Dennis and I, and that's what you love too. And we love the relationships because that's what it's all about. You go to fight with each other, you sacrifice with each other, you invest. And the biggest thing is it's easy to get in the living room and bring, okay, you're going to come on, everything's going to be great. All America. Yeah. No, that's not real. What's real is life, and you're going to get knocked down.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So who's going to go to the dorm room to him? Well, Danny would be there, or I would be there. You're in the hospital, and to me, players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the bottom line, and that's one of the reasons your mom said, I'm going to give you got him. And so I took it as an awesome responsibility. And your mom said, he's coming with you.
Yep.
And so I wanted to make sure that everything was right, best I can. And so degree and all that, and look at where you are now. So that's the part you missed the most.
I love
relationship.
I appreciate you saying. Of course. It was fun. As bad as practice was sometimes, I miss them. I tell you when Coach Petrino's practice and Coach Nutt practice a little different ball game. All right. There wasn't too many days when it was, how it was, to be hot, Coach. And you could see it in your team. It's just like it was bogging down on us. Coach would have us in the meeting room, shoulder pads on. Robert Felton, take your shoulder pads off. Boys, we're going to the port. I mean, some of my favorite memories. And what that did, man, that brought the energy back to the team. And I thought that was very special how you always approach a game like that. That's how you got the guys to play the way that you played. So this is what we're going to do, Coach. Like I said, we got people out here at the Mainline Sports Bar. We got some awesome giveaways. And like I said, I don't even think you can buy these, all right? So we got these Nike Hogs with the Hogs on the back right now. Going to be autographed by Coach Nutt and myself. We got giveaways for $100, $50, $30. We've also got merchandise on our store. You got to see some Fortune 5 merch. I'll get you into these, Coach, all right? And actually, I got you something. All right, I'm going to show you here in a little bit, all right?
Right.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hop off the stream. The reason I have to end the stream because I only want people here to play.
Yep.
We can't let people at home play. But I need you to stick with me. I usually let the person go, but this trivia is going to be all about Coach Nutt, all right? All right. So everybody here, we're going to see how well they know Coach Nutt. I got 10 questions for you. It's like 10 periods, all right? I got 10 questions. Now you can't say the answer, all right? But we're just gonna go through them and we're gonna talk, go down memory lane. So I'm gonna go and end the stream here, but everybody at home, just sit back, relax. I'm gonna pop something up on the screen here in just a little bit of how you can play right with your phone for your chance to win. But everybody online watching, we appreciate you. Coach Nutt is here in the house. Very excited for him. You going to any games this year?
Yeah. I don't know which ones, but I'm going.
Notre Dame and Fayetteville?
Maybe.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
You need a ticket?
I might need a ticket.
I need one too. We're going to ask somebody.
Yeah, I maybe get one.
All right, Coach, I appreciate y'all. One more round of applause for Coach Nutt here in the house. I just always appreciate him. Coach, I appreciate you. Thank you. My guy. All right, y'all stick around. We got trivia coming up. Oh, I got to push the button, Coach.
Okay.
There it is. All right, we're going to push.